Hello to all my foodie friends. Have you always wanted to make croissants and have been scared? If that's the case, don't worry. We are going to be making croissants for beginners and I'm going to walk you through all the steps, step by step. We are going to be filling these up with an amazing filling in the end. So to begin our dough, we are going in with lukewarm water and you want to add brown sugar because brown sugar gives it a really nice brown. If you don't have brown sugar, white is okay. We are going to go in with some milk and add the yeast at the top. For our dry ingredients, we are going to go in our mixer bowl with our flour and salt. Then you're going to add your yeast mixture back to it. If you don't have a mixer, it's totally fine. I will show you some tips and tricks to do this by hand. Mix this on medium speed and allow everything to come together. Once everything has come together and the flour is nice and sticky, you want to stop the mixer and then you're going to add a piece of room temperature butter. You will find the recipe in the description box. Continue to mix on medium speed until all the butter has been incorporated and you have a very nice pliable dough. I went ahead and mixed this dough slightly soft because for beginners, chances are you're going to add too much flour if you are using dusting flour. So once you use dusting flour, it means that your dough recipe will change and the dough at the end will be slightly stiffer, which you really want. Now you're going to mix this on your floured countertop into a ball. And you want to place it into a lightly floured bowl. Let's talk about our dough. For the dough, you are not mixing by hand or by machine. Smooth. You want to mix it kind of rough because you want to see a little bit of holes in your dough, which is the second stage of dough development. Place it on your countertop covered for 20 minutes and then in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. The reason why you are placing it in the refrigerator is to prevent the gases from releasing too much because you want this to happen in the oven. So you want to keep your dough nice and chilled while you're working with it. Now we're going to line our baking pan with plastic wrap, a square 8x8 baking pan, and you want to place your room temperature butter in there. For a more professional standard, you're going to use parchment paper, which can be difficult for beginners. This is a very easy way to give you a nice square mold at the beginning stages. Flip this out and you want to shape the butter into a perfect square. Now we're going to refrigerate this until it's just about chilled for about 4 to 5 minutes while it's still pliable, because you want the butter to be movable when you put it in the dough and you fold it. Our dough is now ready, it's nice and chilled, and let's put it on our countertop. Try to shape your dough into a rectangular shape and lightly flour your surface. Not too much flour, and if you flour your surface, don't put your hands in it. Leave it with the flour sprinkled all about. Now let's roll it out into a rectangular shape. You want the rectangular dough to be longer than the butter block. Now we're going to fold it over and hide the butter completely, pinching and squeezing it together, and you want to tuck the sides. There's another way to do this, and I have another video on my channel that you can also check out, and I'll put it in the description box. Now you want to flour the bottom of your dough. The trick is not to have your dough stick at any point in time, because it's going to tear the butter and your layers will collapse. So you want to give it a gentle press to spread the butter out inside and warm everything up. You are not pressing too hard, you are just gradually getting the butter to distribute evenly within the dough. Now our first layer is about to be complete. Now we're folding this from top to bottom. It does not have to be even, you could bring it to the center, but it's not necessary. And you want to fold it over again, just like a book. If you layers on the side that you are seeing my hands on, that's the direction we are going to roll it the next time. So let's put this on a tray, cover it over with plastic wrap to prevent it from drying out, and let's place it in our refrigerator for 20 to 30 minutes. You don't want to leave it longer than that because the butter will crack in your dough. Now it's ready, we're going to roll it again and fold it. So we are rolling it on the side where the rolls were. Now let's fold it again. This time we are bringing it in the center. Make sure that your surface is floured, and we're going to fold it over again. Now let's place it on our baking tray, lined with parchment paper, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator and give it a third fold. Croissants are very easy to make. I can't forget the first time I made croissants. I was so nervous, but it came out amazing. And I kept practicing and I got better each and every time. So I would suggest, if it's your first time making croissant, don't give up. If the first time you did not get it right, find your mistakes and try again. So now we're going to flour this nicely at the top after we place it on the baking tray. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator and allow it to sit there overnight. Tomorrow we are going to be making our croissants. Dust it with flour lightly and prepare it for the next day. So let's cover it up. And now we're going to place it in the refrigerator overnight. It's day 2, and now we are ready to bake our croissants. Sprinkle light flour on your countertop, and we have to roll this out pretty long. This is going to be about 40 inches in length. So you want to roll it on the length side. And go all the way across. So we're going to go ahead and trim both of our edges. We are making notches 7 inches between, and this is about 8 inches in height. between the 7 inches at the width should give you 3.5 inches. You want to make a notch in between all the 7 inches at the top, so it's going to give you triangles. Stretch the dough at the top. You don't have to put a notch in between unless you're curving them. And you want to gently and tightly roll them. And stick the very top in the dough and let it remain at the bottom of the wrap. Let's place this on our baking tray, and you don't want them to be too close because these are going to proof up. We are using 1/4 cup of milk, and to this we are adding 2 egg yolks. Give it a mix, and this is going to be our glaze to give our croissants color. To test the croissants to see if they have risen nicely, you can do the shake test just to shake the pan to see if they are jiggling. And now we're going to gently brush these with our egg mixture. Try to avoid brushing the corners. No one is perfect. It can happen. Even with me, it happens. Try to work on the wider surface of the croissant. Now they are done. I am putting these in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes to firm up, and then I'm going to place them in the oven and bake them until they are this golden brown. So these are ready, and they are nice and light and very crispy, flaky. And now let's fill these with our lemon curd filling. This lemon curd filling, you can find it in the description box and recently posted in my videos. I'll leave a link in the description for this. Now you want to drive a hole at the bottom of your croissants. Be very careful because it's very tender, it's very delicate at this stage. Add your lemon curd into a piping bag. You want to use a knife and create a well inside of the croissant, and then you're going to fill them up. Cut it and see what they look like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click that subscription button, click the like button, click the notification bell that you never miss any of my videos, and drop a comment below and let me know if you have made croissants before. And here you have it, our croissants are done. Thank you for joining. See you on another good day for another great recipe.